If you guys know me on the channel, I don't really like getting into anything politic related. Of course, for my Awaken with JP stuff and all that and everything, I'm definitely for your freedom though, for sure. And the genuine truth that allows us to all coexist. But I say that because I'm watching a video of Brett Cooper right now, but for a completely different reason. This is more societal things with girl bosses. And I have two videos that were sent to me. We got the girl bosses are waking up, and this TikTok trend is destroying dating. Right here, we're checking out the girl bosses are waking up. So let's check it out and see, because I actually said something about girl bosses in actually two videos, recent videos I posted. And honestly, yeah, let's get into this. Remember to take care of yourself, and if you enjoy, leave me a comment for the algorithm, like the video, share it with your pals, shoot, do whatever. I don't know, spam Brett Cooper. Let's get me and a Brett Cooper collab. I don't know. But yeah, man, shout out to Brett Cooper if they would want me to take down my video or anything. Not Cooper as they. Ain't that funny? Because just like I gotta stop. I have to stop. If she would like me to take down my video or anyone from Daily Wire. I don't know how. I've never watched a video over here. Remember, guys, I'm super careful with watching videos y'all send me from creators specifically. But I definitely think getting this video recommended to me was correlated with what the shoe on head video. So let's see Brett Cooper. So I like when Brett Cooper does things outside of politics. It's pretty funny. I've seen some videos in the past and dabbled a little bit in her content, but let's go. Remember, take care of yourself, and as always, man, let's get into it.
Welcome back to the comment section. I'm Brett Cooper. So we have done many episodes, many over the last 2 years about the pitfalls.
Her set is fire. Her set is fire.
Of feminism, and recently we have talked about how Gen Z is making very different choices and straying from the millennial girl boss trajectory in favor of finding and being in their soft girl era.
Get it.
What's the soft girl era?
Get it, girl.
Wait, things are turning? Things are turning?
Avoiding the grind at all costs. We did an episode about that when I was back in Hungary. We can link it below if you're interested. But we haven't really discussed what's going to happen to these millennial girl bosses or how they got there in the first place, and that's what we're going to do today. Before we do, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section upload.
Go show Brett some support. Let's go.
In general, a lot of women have started to wake up, and they are realizing that what third-wave feminism fed them and promised them isn't all it's cracked up to be. I mean, I cannot tell you how many videos come across my TikTok page, my X feed, all of it, that are just like this.
Man, I feel lied to by the culture. But I'm gonna take full responsibility there, man. I fell for it. I fell for the boss bitch,
Why the music?
I could do everything by myself, that hyper independent bullshit. And I'm 31 now, and I still don't have kids. I still don't have a family. I was focused on trying to get after the bag and all this. Yo, what? I'm in a place now in my life where I'm reevaluating everything. My values, my perspectives.
This is real. Hold on. This is real though. If this is on TikTok, this is real. It takes a lot to post this and admit this and actually like take accountability, bro. Like I used to not believe the whole red pill and all that stuff. I'm not even into red pill content. I think there is so many negatives to a lot of the manosphere and all that came with it, but I never make videos on it because it's not my particular area I want to get into. You guys really know me if you're on this channel what I'm about. I'm about empowering both sides because we both have masculine and feminine energy, and I don't really fall for the hype and the illusions that go on in this world. That's what shocks me when videos like this come out and she's realizing this, that she fell for this whole woman boss thing. And I didn't know how people were falling for it anyways. I was like, it's like one of the biggest dividers that, you know, but Dude, I didn't believe it until I started seeing it. For some reason, I don't know why. And it's not all of them. I'm not speaking of all of them. But women do have a problem taking accountability. I don't know what it is. It's crazy. I started experiencing it crazy in the last few months, let's just say.
What I really want in the future. And what I really want is a family. I feel like social media or just everything around us, society in general, wants to push that the woman is the future. No, the family is the future.
That's so good. I love that video.
That is fire.
Reacted to it in another episode. I think we might have even done it as a short, but I wanted to bring it back a third time because it is so good. Because she's
100%. 100%.
Not just reading some script and saying, you know, I'm angry because I did this and I want a husband now or whatever. Like, you're watching this video and in real time, she's trying to figure out, what did she spend all of these years focusing on? I think that might be my favorite part of the video, is her just going like, I don't even know what I was doing. Like,
I'm glad that she turned around now though. Like 31, like that's still young. Like that is, you still got like half, even more if you're, you know, lucky for whatever your health and everything and how you take care of yourself left. So it's like, just don't let it eat you up. Like when it comes to the spiritual stuff I'm on. Trying to curse less in my videos, guys. I want YouTube bucks. No, but seriously, I just, yeah. Anyways, let me not go on that whole thing. But just let go and now truly get out there, because with that video you're gonna get a lot of attention coming your way, and with how just your revelation and everything. I feel like everything happens for a reason too. Don't get me wrong. I think that there's definitely, let me let Brett Cooper, I'm gonna be over here talking forever, so but good on her. You know?
I was lied to and I fell for it. I have no idea what I was actually focusing on because it doesn't really matter. And so many women around her age are reevaluating their lives, reevaluating what the hell they were focused on for the last 10 or 15 years, and are realizing that they probably want to change everything. And to me, it's heartbreaking because these women, they really were lied to. The feminist marketing machine of the last 30 years was insane, and not leaning into it, that's a Sheryl Sandberg joke,
I am a woman,
was considered the weird and non-traditional path.
That.
If you didn't do that, you were considered the black sheep. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to my mom about this and how her choosing to stop her career, to stay home and raise my brothers before she had me, was considered absolutely crazy. And people would look at her and go, you know, Diane, you were so smart. Like, you had all of these things going for you. You were working in publishing. You were working in real estate. What?
That's how they get you. That's like the guilt trip. That's how they get you. And you know what's funny is, just from a spiritual standpoint, you're the black sheep if you go into spirituality. Like, so I know exactly that feeling, but I'll never be able to know it from like the woman's perspective. But from spiritually, like having an awakening,
why would you do this?
You see your world falls apart.
I was like, well, this is what makes me happy. They could not
comprehend. Yeah, they couldn't comprehend it. Okay, we got an ad. That was an Orwell ad. That was sick. I should have watched it and not skipped it. That was cool.
Was considered odd. She was made fun of. She was mocked. In her 30s, as an adult woman, she was mocked for making this choice and prioritizing her family and her children. But now,
adults are just big kids. Let's not.
These millennial women who did not choose the other path, you know, they chose to do the normal thing that was given to them. As they inch closer to middle age, they hit their 30s, they're taking a good long look at their lives, and many do not like what they see. In the comments of that video, one person said the 30s will do that. It's like a switch gets flipped, family over everything. But the sad thing is, that used to just be the norm. From the beginning, from your childhood, family was everything. That is where you put your priorities. Now it's like you have to mature and age into realizing that that is what is most important, which is very sad. Another person said, this is how we will heal our society. Glad to see more women waking up. Another girl said, I'm glad I'm realizing this at 26. I think she's meaning to say I still have a lot of time. Hopefully God puts that good man in my path.
You all got time. Like 26 is still young. I'm 23. And like, I, again, truly believe everything happens for a reason. And when, I'm telling you, when you truly understand that concept, whether you believe in God or whatever, it is freeing. It truly is freeing. It makes you release pressure on yourself, not to just not do anything and just be lazy or whatever. But if you truly understand, like, you put the work in, but you take care of yourself, everything will work out. It's just, that's it. That's it.
Another woman said, yes, I blame Beyonce. Independent woman song, the programming started in high school. I mean, that could be just a whole other episode and going through all the cultural icons and the entertainment that furthered this idea.
Well, that's what engineering and programming is. So yeah, man, the frequency, the music, that's what I say. This is the universe. One song, the universe. Music is so influential. That's why it's huge here. That's how in this third dimensional reality, frequency literally affects your body, bro. Your makeup. I'm telling y'all. And a lot of people can't, and I don't know, I'm not saying like I'm the exception. Ruik Tenkai, domain expansion. But yes, frequency affects your body. It's programming, repetition, symbols. So a lot of the music, if you can't separate it from entertainment, hey, this happens.
Women do not need anything or anyone except their career and themselves to be happy. Just filling your life with plant babies and fur babies will not suffice. That doesn't mean that I don't love my dogs, though. And because I love my dogs so much, I really care about their health. And that is why Rough Greens is so important to me. Rough Greens knows that dog food is dead food, and your pets deserve better. Rough Greens is this.
Should I skip it? I'll leave it.
Supplement that contains all the necessary vitamins, minerals, probiotics, omega oils, digestive enzymes, and antioxidants that your dog needs every single day. Things that they're probably not getting from their dead food traditional kibble. And the best part about Rough Greens is that you don't have to go out and buy some fancy, expensive new...
I might need to eat some Rough Greens with what they've been putting in food.
Fresh dog food subscription. You can keep your normal kibble and just sprinkle Rough Greens on their food every single day to make sure they are getting exactly what they need.
It's a human safe.
Rough Greens supports healthy joints, improves bad breath, boosts energy levels, and so much more for your dogs. We are what we eat. We all know that.
Well, dog backward. No,
same goes for your dogs. The team at Rough Greens is so confident that their products will improve your dog's health that they are offering my viewers a free Jumpstart trial bag so that your dogs can try it too. And that free Jumpstart trial bag can be at your door in just a few business days. If you get it and you give it to your dogs in the morning, just know that we are doing the same thing every single morning. We'll be connected. Our dogs and Rocky and Tater will be one and the same. So go to roughgreens.com/Brett or call 877-66-MY-DOG. Again, that's Rough Greens.
I feel weird about this in the past. I've tried to ask people, but nobody made a comment. Would you prefer I cut something like this out of a video to get just straight to the video, or leave their spot, like their little sponsor part in? Because I feel like just leaving it in is proper, but I don't truly know, man. I've only been doing this for like 3 years.
.com/Brett or call 877-66-MY-DOG today. And I promise you're not a girl boss if you care about your dog's health. That is just common sense, my friend. Now, around the same time that I saw that TikTok back in December, I was sent this story. 38-year-old woman decides that she wants a baby and claims that she has been betrayed by feminism. And on Twitter, this got 8.8 million views, and the comments were lit up. So this article is about a woman who did a video for Fox. That's what the screen grabs are from. And she got very vulnerable about her life and her choices and all of it. But she was brought on to Fox because of an open letter that she wrote for Business Insider earlier in the fall. And I cannot believe I did not see this until last month because it is so good. And her open letter is entitled, "I'm 38 and single, and I recently realized that I want a child. I am terrified that I've missed my opportunity." And I'm going to read you...
Dude, I have paused at, I think, 333-222-555-444. Man, the angel numbers are going nuts. Is this the video that's going to have me, like, I don't know, canceled or benefited? Because I do got a little bit to say after. But damn, man, I just send out like the love frequency. I send out my thoughts for people who wake up, in a sense, to whatever they're going through in life. Not just like this girl boss movement, but people that feel trapped in whatever they feel trapped in. Because when you wake up, your life can really do a 180. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Snippets, but I highly recommend you go read the whole thing. It's free. It's an easy read. Now, basically, this woman, she got married young, and then she decided that she did not want to be a wife or mother, and she began to resent the man she married for wanting a stay-at-home wife when that is what she had actually agreed to when they got married. She fell into the feminist trap. She followed society's lead. She rejected all of that, and they got divorced. And she spent years and years alone, focusing on herself, chasing her career, and dating people who also did not want to get married and also did not want to have children. And then she turned 38, and she took a good long look at her life. I told my friends and family that I'd never get married again. I needed independence, a fulfilling career, and space to chart my own course. And I didn't think marriage fit into that vision. I was content to look towards a future without a husband, children, or the trappings of a traditional life. But then...
It's never... that's sad, because it's not like... That's how you can tell that a narrative has been... I was going to say shifted, YouTube. I'm cursing less. Has been altered. Is the trappings of a traditional relationship. If you're with the person you love, it's not a trap. It shouldn't be viewed as a trap. That is absurd, dude. Like, that's absurd. So it's sad that even the wording shows you. And let's move on.
After a bad breakup and her 38th birthday, she said that she began to feel an incredible urgency to find the relationship and stability to see me through the second half of my life. To my amazement, I began seriously thinking about marriage and children. I hardly recognized myself. And this next part is so important. I also began to feel selfish for spending so much time focusing solely on myself. I went from proudly proclaiming that I was too self-centered to be bothered with a family to realizing there was more to life than independence and the pleasures of living for oneself. My very existence started to feel shallow and hollow. That last paragraph is so good. And I love that she really said the quiet part out loud here about feminism telling women that they need to be self-centered and that that level of selfishness is healthy and needed, when really, they're just glamorizing narcissism. And I guarantee you have never seen a truly happy or fulfilled narcissist, so it's never gonna work out. I mean, society has told women that nothing matters except themselves, that they don't need anyone else, that they shouldn't want anyone else. In fact, wanting a partner, specifically a male partner, is just indoctrination from the—
See, and that's what's crazy about spiritual concepts and how most of this is twisted, because when you are going through a transformation where you better your life, you do need to be self-centered to a degree. So we got to make sure, like, there are the right people. I don't want to say the right? No one is really the right, but there's multiple messengers, and just hopefully people get the message, right? Because what's so crazy, right? You know what? I'm going to say it. From someone who I'm going to leave it alone. The narcissism part of being self-centered is we need to also know about concepts of when you take care of yourself, you equally take care of everyone. There is something that's deeply rooted within the mindset of you don't need a man and everything, and I think it is that. You don't need a man, you don't need anyone, blah, blah, blah. That's added on to what truly being for yourself is. Because if you're too much for other people, that could be completely damaging to you. Because I'm a person who, puts my heart on the line, wear my heart on my sleeve. I will do anything for someone, like my mom said, and she's like this too. She feels like I get it from her, and we'll do and be there for someone, pure intent, even if it hurts us in the end, and that could be completely damaging to you. So someone like that does need to understand coming here first. Take care of yourself first before you can take care of others. That's very true. But what I don't like, what happens in society, or this whole thing, is it gets misconstrued, and all this self-centered being a boss gets turned into a toxic mentality, when the truth is you should stand up like a motherfucking king or queen, while simultaneously being able to make those around you feel like king or queens too. Like, I'm a king, but I know I need my queen. It's not I'm a king and I don't need any girl. No, like, do you see? So that gets manipulated and twisted, and that's what I don't like, because spirituality teaches you that. Well, a lot of the concepts and philosophies you can find will show you that oneness is understanding that if you take care of yourself, at the end of the day, you're taking care of everything around you, because you're one with everything. So you have a newfound respect for everything around you. So it wouldn't necessarily be separate, because one of the things I want to say about this, and then we'll continue the video, is that spirituality is getting thrown, like when woke became a thing. I noticed this, and I feel like a lot of people haven't noticed this. Woke never used to mean what it meant now, how it's such a buzzword, and it blows my mind. Don't like it. But woke never meant that. I like the word based now, because I got called based in the comments, and that was like, oh, I learned what based was. Based is clean, where woke used to be basically what based means. And but based is the original meaning of woke. I'm going on a tangent, but basically what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of spiritual concepts that actually would benefit people as humans that have gotten twisted into being narcissistic concepts. Because I'm fully for you loving yourself before you love someone else, and truly being for yourself, because when you do that, you can love someone else. But if you don't love yourself, I do feel like there's nuance and exceptions, but you can't truly fully love somebody else if you don't love yourself. And somebody could take that and think that I'm still for, like, I'm for whatever. I think the feminist stuff, nah, like I'm so far from that if you know me. That's why I'm saying a lot of these big groups take a lot of little things from spirituality and religion and these things and then twist it and use it to validate a mindset that creates division. Because oneness and knowing that you're not separated from everything is centered around being centered with yourself, but knowing you're one with all. So it would not cause separation. You kind of get what I'm saying? So it's crazy how feminism, at least the modern day, like toxic, extreme version of it, takes concepts that are very true for building your life and turns it into something toxic. Because I definitely think you should be all for your career and go in and get your money. But it shouldn't have you go into this mindset that you don't need anyone. It should be like, I have went for it, I've gotten it, I'm a beast, and I deserve to be with a beast too. Like, I did all this to have this family. I did all this so I can take care of my family. Not like I'm this independent creature that doesn't like, no, you know, and I feel like that gets misconstrued with a lot of people who try to throw spirituality under the bus for being a negative mindset or this whole manifesting thing. It's like, man, it's crazy. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors out there, guys. But all right, let's go.
Patriarchy, and so you need to completely reject that. But we are social creatures.
Yes.
We rely on community and partnership. We were biologically designed to need and want a better half for protection, for procreation, for community, and it's not oppressive.
Yes, exactly. And that's what a lot of spiritual concepts teach you. You will find your other half when you're one with, you know, yourself.
Or backwards or wrong to acknowledge that or crave it, because once again, it is natural. And it certainly doesn't mean that you lose your independence or your autonomy or your individuality. Like, in fact, I'd argue that the right partner strengthens all of that with their love and their encouragement and the stability that they offer you, so that you can go off and do good things, knowing that you can come home to this person. And I love that she discovered this, even if it's later on. And at the end, she wrote, if I sound desperate.
And if you're not, we'll give you a minute.
What just happened? What?
Desperate. It's
I was just about to pause.
because I honestly do feel a little desperate. At my age, I know that creating a life may not be an option for me, and I worry that men who want a family aren't looking for a woman pushing 40. I get it. I'm no longer the ideal candidate for motherhood, and it's a scary truth. But I still hope to find somebody who thinks that I'm the ideal partner and create our family together. And like,
what would be so cute is find a man that's into the same things as you, adopt a kid, change a life. You know, something along the lines. I'm not saying you have to go do that, but I feel like if I was in that position and I haven't had kids at that point, I would try to change someone's life that I could adopt or something along the lines. That's the first thing that comes into mind. That's why I just came off the dome. So
makes me want to cry because there's so many women in the same boat as her. My heart goes out to her, and I genuinely hope that she finds somebody, and I know that it's possible. Don't listen to what people on Twitter are saying. And on that note, Brandon Tatum's wife, Corinne, talks about this a lot on podcasts on her Instagram, and I adore her. I think she's fantastic. But I don't think that they met until she was 38 years old, and they had their son soon after. Wow. And they are an incredible, incredible power couple. They have a fantastic relationship. They run their business together. I mean, they are wonderful. Their son is adorable. They are so happy. It is not too late for this woman or any of the women out there. Just the fact that they are waking up is huge. And speaking of that, as so many of these millennial women are coming out of the girl boss brain fog, I think we need to reevaluate how society is going to treat them. Because the typical right-wing and now red pill bro response is to make fun of these women, to throw their choices in their faces and tell them that they've hit the wall because they're above 30 years old.
Exactly.
That does nothing.
Exactly. Thank you. This shit is stupid. I don't know how anyone felt. Like, you know what's crazy about people turning into red pill? That's what I mean with spiritual concepts being manipulated. People saw Neo in the Matrix, the Matrix, and then it's just literally talking about red pill or the blue pill. Take one. And then the red pill manosphere shit became a thing. They took a spiritual concept that was about literally Neo and Trinity and the masculine and feminine energy coming together and all this and twisted it into some, like, bro, it's crazy how they do that, because I feel like that's the attack. That's the spiritual warfare we are under. That's like the one where you have to free your mind from this, but you really can't lead anyone to understand that. That blows my mind. See how she said red pill? That's the same thing with the term as woke. Sorry, you guys, I'm passionate about this because it's crazy how people don't see it. I know people see it, but I wonder, for those of you that are OGs on my channel, I know y'all get it from seeing the stuff that you guys leave and talk about. Love it. For people who don't, man, I guess it really is a small majority of people who truly understand and get it. But it's crazy how red pill even became a title. Like it's insane. Like when Neo took the red pill, right? The blue pill was to go back to everything he knew, and the red pill woke him up from the Matrix, right? I love how every concept basically in the red pill content side of things keeps you asleep. Oh my gosh.
To encourage them or welcome them or make young women feel confident or supported by our side of the aisle, it truly does more harm than good. And yes, these ex-girl bosses did make choices and they are facing the consequences.
Of course. But they're facing the consequences. Like, so...
But they're taking responsibility.
Exactly.
And they shouldn't be shamed for that. And we can't ignore the fact that they didn't make these choices alone. This is what our culture told them to do. They were doing what they believed to be the right thing. Brittany Martinez, who is the editor-in-chief of EV Magazine, wrote a great tweet about this recently, and I want to kind of end this episode with this. She said, "What people don't seem to realize is that a lot of the people in this millennial generation either came from broken homes where marriage was not modeled well for them, or were told by their parents that they had time or to focus on their careers before settling down. They didn't have people encouraging them to get married and find love young while their hormones were conflicting them. The women grew up with the be a girl boss messaging throughout the media because that was the cool thing to do. Not saying that you can't have a career, but now these women are turning 30 and lost. They're told now that they're worthless when they thought they were doing the right thing all these years by getting their PhD or whatnot."
Oh, before that goes away. Yeah, what people don't realize is people they came from broken homes. My mother actually sent me a lovely thing that I put in a video on another channel. You guys can go find it if you want. It's on Alchemist Rel, where I shared it in the video of her saying, like, you know, sorry that I had you when I wasn't ready. Just a bunch of stuff. And I said, you know, again, just because of my growth and everything, I understand. Like, I could never be mad. Like, because this is something you have to understand is like, yeah, like we're told by their parents they had time. Like, our parents were kids once too. And that's where the healing begins. To truly understand that even if they came from a broken home or before that, ending the generational curse is to understand everybody got their trauma. That's what the third dimensional reality is about. You come here traumatized, you come to learn your shit and get out of here. But if y'all truly want to see this whole world change, it needs to come to this where you know, understand their perspective that a lot of them came from. Like, the bottom part needs to end. Like, you don't need to tell someone they're worthless. Like, I have a couple friends, women friends who are 30 years old, and you know, they I was about to rub my ego for a second and say that they thought I was older than I was, but I mean, that's what younger dudes really do need to adopt this, but that can only come with experience. I feel like I have what I have because of my soul and my experiences, but you really need to, like, if there's just guys, just stop this. This is not cool. I'm telling you, like, I'm a nerd. I've been a nerd. And I just want to say, if it's I feel like I'm preaching, bro. People be, well, my Jordan Peterson videos, when they said, oh, you be preaching more than Jordan Peterson. Bro, maybe I feel deeper being, let's not get personal, dude. Dude, I want to see humanity evolve. And there's some days where I wake up and say, nah, never mind. I'm going to let it do its thing. I'm out of here. I'm just going to keep being me, and hopefully that benefits the whole. And that's why I get preachy in these videos, because it's like, come on, man. Now these women are turning 30 and lost, and they're told they're worthless when they thought that they were doing the right thing all these years to get their PhD and whatnot. All right, bro, if you're telling someone they're worthless anyways, you're lame, bro. You're lame. And then let's see what she says, and I'll share a little thing with y'all.
They thought they were doing the right thing all these years by getting their PhD or whatnot. We will have a generation of unhappy people, and we will especially see it in the millennial generation, unfortunately. But it's not helping anyone to tell women once they've hit 30 that they're doomed if they're single. Is it easier to find love younger? Yes. Do others find love later in life? Also, yes. If women want to help the next generation not be in this predicament, they can show the world how beautiful it is to love and be loved. Make marriage look sexy over being single in an epic high-rise in Manhattan. Granted, marriage isn't for everyone, but it is beautiful, and I highly recommend it.
Or just peaceful relationships. Show how fun it is to be in relationships, in beautiful relationships.
Just see no point in laughing at others' misery. Yeah. You can't turn back time, but you can always make the most of your future. Exactly. People, specifically women, taking account of their life, their values, what they want, and trying to make a change isn't something we should laugh at. Our society needs good women. We need good mothers, we need good families, and we certainly need more children, if you've been listening to Elon Musk. Now is not the time to mock and point fingers just so you can say, I told you so. Well, guys, I hope you liked that video. Make sure that you...
Brett Cooper is cool. What I'm going to say is I don't know necessarily what she meant about, like, we need more babies, especially if you've been listening to Elon Musk. I don't necessarily know the whole thing. I have my own things, guys. I don't even know if I want to share them here because I don't want to like, it's not like I'm pandering or trying to keep a certain image. I just don't want to offend people. I guess, like, even if those people are offended, they're not meant to be here anyways. But it's just like, that was a weird thing to end the video on. Like, if you've been listening to Elon Musk, we need more babies. But it's like, dude, I mean, that even feels like a narrative switch within itself. Weren't they saying just a couple of years ago that the planet was overpopulated? My son needs more babies so they can... Nah. Okay, I'm not going to say anything crazy. Anyways, what I'll say at the end is yes, like what she said, society needs strong women in the aspect of keeping these family togethers, like everything, like truthfully, it definitely needs people to start. I mean, even though the whole concept of right and wrong, right? I don't want to go into that. But if y'all are trying to see a switch, if men who are mocking these women are trying to see a shift, then the shift is being a part of the better narrative. The more just that, like, it's like promote that. Relationships, beautiful marriages. Like, again, yeah, like you don't have to be in the marriage and anything like that, but show a beautiful coexistence together. You know, I feel like it's just a lot of the culture has become overshadowed by, I mean, just look at the music and music videos and stuff, and then you'll basically just sum up everything you need to know. And like, I don't feel a type of way about OnlyFans necessarily, but it's just like, you look at that and you just look at everything and I think there's a healthy balance of everything. But it's just like, look at what is blown out of proportion and blown up instead of the thing that it seems like everybody wants to experience but can't understand how. It's pretty much very, very simple. It's pretty much very, very simple. Maybe I'm just rambling. I don't know. I feel like my life has been pretty well. I've had really beautiful relationships. And, you know, my last one was a little bit crazy. And that's kind of what I wanted to comment on with the person I was with recently. For almost 2 years, her friends were like this. One of her friends literally took on that independent girl boss, like toxic mindset, and even said like, oh, like God doesn't put you with the wrong people, tried to use God against me. Let's just remember, look at the heavens at night. Tell me what color it is. I'm just joking. But no, I really like that song by Earth Gang, Ghetto Gods, because it really feels like what I be living through. It's like I try to walk in divinity every day and push a narrative that is like, be beautiful to everyone and take care of yourself. Don't step on anybody else. And you can take religion out of that and leave God. You know, we're all made in his and her image. So let's start acting like it. Treat each other like gods. And it's just sad that like one of her friends is actually a couple. Like I told this story in Shoe on Heads a little bit, that literally she's now having to double back and tell her friends like, no, he's actually a good man. He's never abused me, all this stuff. But I'm getting these accusations by their friends that are like, you're in the wrong environment. It's toxic. Your life was so much better when you just got out of college and all this. And it's like, dude, I'm telling y'all, if I could go into the full story, my mom was literally scared for me to be around this girl. So not trying to, again, like I said, not trying to get on here and paint anybody any which way. I literally try to talk highly of anyone in past situations, but it's so sad because as much as I have integrity and have a good heart, it's really crazy that this saying is true. This is a quote that comes from B.O.B. Being an honest man doesn't always bring you honest women. And I got the reality of that. It's just, it's a little bit insane. That's why I say definitely protect yourself and your energy out here, and the right one will come along. Could not believe that people use God's name in vain to try to smite me. And motherfucker, who told you God said I was the asshole in someone's reality? Anyways, super dope video. Guys and girls out there, let's heal. Let's heal the world, as Beyonce said. Lend your soul to... Oh, wait, I can't sing that. You know what I'm saying.